And they have won just 3 of their last 11 games at this venue. A bit of a bogey ground for them, ironically.
Yeah, it is. But Robbie Farah on screen, I thought he was the Tigers' best last week. And just look at the numbers. Couple of tries, 3 forced dropouts, 38 tackles. And with the return of Isaac Luke for the Warriors, doesn't it set up some great matchups? Farah up against Luke. They've had some great battles over the past. And with Moses Mbai returning, it's the 2 number ones, the 2 exciting players. Sheck up against Moses Mbai. Isam Masters, another outstanding Tigers player last week. Terrific numbers, 5 offloads. Such a strong player.
Stay behind here, guys, not early.
And tight between these two teams historically. 15 wins to 14 in favour of the West Tigers.
Yeah, got you.
Benji Marshall taking on the team from across the ditch. Recorded his 150th NRL win last weekend. So it's the new boy, Adam Kieran, who kicks things off, gets a decent spiral going on it. An awkward one for Brooks, who made it look easy. And it's Twal to bring it back. A starter this year after coming off the bench so often in 2018. And there's no stranger to the Warriors. Ben Madalino played 212 games for them. Now Elijah Taylor, another of the former Warriors amongst this West Tigers pack. Benji down the short side. Ryan Madison with nowhere to go, the former Rooster. Solid on his debut for the club last week. And now Isam Masters, we saw on that graphic pre-game, 5 offloads in round 1, the equal most in the comp last week. And he was one of the best in 2018 as well. The bouncing ball getting away from Tuivasa Sheck, so Fusatua said, I'll have that. No tries for him last week when his team scored 7. He'll be hungry to get on the board this evening.
He mightn't have scored one, but he had a hand in one, and whenever they get down the other end of the field, the cross-field kicks are particularly dangerous with the height of these 2 wingers. And they got it all over the Tigers pair in Mahe Fanua and Corey Thompson, who are both short for wingers.
Yeah, we'll see how that unfolds when the Warriors get down in the red zone. So Isaac Luke, first game since a shoulder reco, which he undertook last September. That one's bouncing away from Mbai, who's pretty confident it's going to go dead, and it does.
It's a bit too long there by Blake Green. Just trying to sit it up, it didn't go, but just too many bounces down there. Gives the Tigers a nice little 7-set start.
And Mahe Fanua started it with a 10-metre gain. Now Jennings playing in the centres with that reshuffle with Mbai in. Even though he's wearing the number 5 on his back, he'll play left centre with Thompson outside of him. And they're coming that way. Brooks. Good run by the halfback. Still tackles up their sleeve here. Elijah Taylor to the 30. And here's what you can do on a 7-tackle set. They're all the way down inside the 20 to put an attacking kick on. They were brilliant last week with their short kicking game against Manly. Benji goes through the hands. Madison with the outside of the boot. Fanua chasing and running out of real estate, but that's what Madison gives them, a kicking game on the right edge.
Well, they forced 6-line dropouts last week, and Ryan Madison had one next to his name. Very clever, and of course, a former 5'8". They have got great options with their kicking game and really shared that duty around last week between Robbie Farah, Benji Marshall and Luke Brooks. Well, he just offers up a point of difference, Ryan Madison, in the back row with an edge player able to kick the ball. It's a great bonus.
And not the worst result. It found touch, the right side of the corner flag for the West Tigers at least.
Well, that's going to be the challenge for the Warriors. They've got big outside backs, but then on the other hand, the West Tigers have got some nice little outside backs. They've got plenty of speed. We just almost saw there for Noah Blake.
Now some footwork being put on by Solomon Akata, who has been a regular fixture at left centre. 85 games in the left centre role. He's making just his 3rd start at right centre. The shift has come along after just a little experiment in pre-season. Now Kieran Quick hands from Petahiku, and Maumalo into space. Scored 2 tries against the West Tigers in a trial 3 weeks ago. Picked off on the 40. Warriors won that trial in New Zealand. So they are very familiar with one another, these two teams. As Green goes high again, they can let this one bounce dead as well. Well, they thought it would, but somehow it stayed in, and Mbai has time to get back into the field of play.
It must have crossed his mind to try and get under that and just make a bird of the 7 tackle set. He opted to let it bounce, and it just sat up unbelievably.
Well, Benji's thinking that's a one-on-one strip and play on there, but Ashley Klein is saying that constitutes a knock-on. Interesting call here.
And a dummy half, Benji, and
Come forward, boys. Working, Warriors.
no problem with that. There's the ball that just sat up against Moses Mbai. He would have thought for all money that was going to bounce dead.
Working. Let's go.
And
Make sure we get ahead
with the Benji Marshall error, it gives the Warriors
Lock down. Robbie, Benji back. Benji
a
back.
great point to attack from. Centre field scrum on the 10.
Yeah, the effective strip from Carter. And Tuivasa-Sheck running at Brooks, trying to put the step on the halfback. Milking is the call. Oh, Carter! Well, he gives a mistake. And the West Tigers have the ball back, and we are playing on here for Thompson.
Give me a step. Ignatius, hold.
You just know that Qatar's going to have a dig from dummy half. When they're that close to the line and he's in there, he's not passing, but just couldn't scoop it up cleanly. So the Tigers off the hook.
Matt Russell on the sideline for us. How are those conditions?
Brenton, summer-like conditions, warm and humid. We might get a little wet before we're done. 2 round 1 winners here, head-to-head, including the most dominant round 1 winner, the Warriors, the most points, line breaks, tackle bust and offloads. But for me, it was their running metres, more metres than any other team in round 1. The Tigers have their hands full this afternoon.
Yeah, the back 5 racked up the metres, all 5 running for more than 100. Robbie Farah outstanding in round 1 at 35 years of age. 3 forced dropouts and 2 tries against Manly. As Brooks gets the kick away. Huntia-Foa went easy on him as well. And Fusatua runs it straight back into Brooks, who was on the deck in a hurry. What a handful he is. The Fuss. Tuivasa-Sheck, that lightning step around Garner initially.
Well, the key message there for the Tigers, just trying to find some ground, try and find the green grass. When you put it up like that, it just sits up for them. It gives enough time for the big men to work up their speed.
Here's Burr. First season with the Warriors. Former Bulldog, made his debut with them, then moved to the Titans, then some time in the UK and on the Warriors books and into their lineup in the number 13 jumper in 2019. Luke with the kick out of dummy half. Mbai across in plenty of time. Big fend off on Hiku, who came again.
You talk about the importance of Moses Mbai, and I mentioned in the pre-game about his left foot kick. That's certainly very handy, but I think he's the best returner of the footy from the back. And if you have a look at the numbers, the line breaks that he makes off the back of the kick return, better than any fullback in the game. Threatened on that occasion to do it.
Yep, going to be a handful for the kick chase of the Warriors. Moses Mbai, who picked up a PCL knee injury in pre-season, aggravated it in a trial, so missed round 1. Taylor latched onto the ball under no real pressure. He was expecting some. So on the back foot for the kick, really, as Benji goes high. And Maumalo also goes high.
Now, I think it'll be very hard for the Tigers to win the battle in the air against these two. It'll be interesting to see what sort of attacking kicking game that the Tigers come up with. When they get to put one up close to the line, I would suggest that on the ground might be better.
Good offload. Flicked out the back, and some second phase footy here for the Warriors as Blair keeps it alive as well. And Brooks was going in there for the one-on-one strip on Luke, I fancy, and then Garner joined in and took away that possibility. Now Bunty Afoa to straighten things up.
Clear the ruck now, Luke. Nice and square, Ryan. Go 10 for me, Luke.
Blake Green. Kieran spotted a little hole like he did last week for the opening try, then threw it forward. It was also knocked on. And a West Tigers feed on the 40.
Very good. Come here, guys.
The shape's been good on that side of the field, hasn't it, Hodjo? They're just a little wider than, their second man plays are a little wider than what most clubs do them. Out the back to Kieran.
Just got to be careful. You see the West Tigers, Benji Marshall starting to creep in a little bit. SN Masters is going past him. As a centre, you don't want to go past your 5'8". You want to make sure you're tucking behind him. Got to be talking so you've got enough time to swing, turn and chase. But you're right, Brendan. I think there's twice they've almost caught him napping on that left-hand side for the Warriors.
Ball's out.
A couple of mistakes already from the Warriors, completing only 3 of their first 5 sets. Opening 10 minutes has gone as Taylor goes through the hands.
Get up now!
Ignatius, Adam, let's get square.
Here's Brooks. And Jennings keeps it alive for Garner. Ran over the top of Cherry Evans for his first try in the NRL last week.
Up Lachlan now!
Lachlan! Ignatius, at marker.
Right here, Bunty. Go.
Taylor. Marshall kicking early, in behind. Malmalo, awkward for him. He did well to tidy up at ground level, so there's a little indicator. You wonder what kicking game they'd come with.
Yeah, it does seem pointless to put it up in the air against these two, Fusatua and Mamalo, but make the big wingers turn and chase and hopefully force an error or come up with a ball yourself.
3 tackles made and 15 metres out from their own line here, the Warriors on the back foot at the moment. Good tackle made down low by Brooks against Fusatua, who seems to be picking on the halfback a little in the opening exchanges. Now the kick out of dummy half, and Farah got there to put pressure on Luke. Decent kick in the circumstances. Fanua eventually tracked it down. And keeps it alive as well to Isan Masters.
Well, one of the things that stood out about the Tigers game last week was the pressure that Robbie Farah, in fact, put on Cherry Evans. It turned the Manly kicking game. It was subpar. And that time, Luke thought he had an opportunity to jump out of dummy half, but Farah read it well. And sees the Tigers into Warriors territory with some tackles left.
Farah looking sprightly, got it to Garner. Lovely touch pass onto Jennings. Looking to keep it alive still. Farah popping up everywhere right now. Brooks, bit of footwork, playing with some confidence here. The West Tigers. Farah, 3rd involvement on this play. And he was hunting a 4th as well, wrapping around. How energetic is Robbie looking? And now Brooks. Step again, knocked on. It went forward off Isan Masters, tidied up by Fanua. But the Warriors just hold on there.
Well, it's great work there by Robbie Farah. That's what you got to do to this big forward pack of the New Zealand Warriors. You've got to move them around. You can't contest them through the middle third of the field. You've got to keep them going from side to side. As you see here, Robbie Farah comes out. Luke Brook looks inside for Moses Mbai. Just that last pass.
I'll let you do that, but no,
But it's a good sign for the West Tigers. They're starting to trouble the Warriors, especially on an edge.
Let's go now, boys.
To find some space.
Well, plenty of energy from the blokes in the middle, the blokes with footwork, the players Brooks and Robbie Farah. Just got a bit of deception with their hands and also with that speed and footwork, just to trouble the big Warriors pack.
Last week, the Warriors had more offloads than any other team. There's another one right on cue, but it's 6-3 in favour of the West Tigers at the moment. Both teams relishing these conditions after wet weather footing in round 1, especially for the West Tigers at Leichhardt. Well, Green, little fumble, and he knew he had his teammate Parsi looming up on his left shoulder. Now Tuivasa Sheck. That was a great read by Thompson. Cut off the quick pass option to Fusatua, who was unmarked as a result. He gets into dummy half instead, the Fuss. As Green goes high enough for the chasers. Malmalo and company trying to get there, brought to ground. Now the front rowers. Parsi drops it on the boot. And here's Mbai again, the danger man. from broken field. Slips through the tackle of Blair, but they got him inside the 10.
Well, the big front rower didn't realise that there was a 6 to go call made by the referees. Didn't need to kick it, but it's a split-second decision from someone that's not normally placed in that sort of situation. Blake Green just hoiking that one up in the air, and I think we'll see plenty of that to both wingers for Nua and Thompson.
It was Hiku who challenged. Now Farah's outside the 40. No risk of a 40-20 for the Warriors to worry about. And Tuivasa Sheck able to bring it back towards the 20-metre line. Mbai is a better returner of the ball than RTS, Brandon. Got him covered?
The numbers will tell you that, Brent.
That's a good debate. Who is the best returner of the footy? And Brandy's done the number crunching. He's got Mbai in front. Kieran saw plenty of room in front of him. Call of hell just prevented Esan Masters from wiping out the legs as Tohu Harris heads up towards halfway. Green, back on the angle goes Blair. So often in the middle of the field, playing on an edge right now. Green again going high. Carter leading the chase. Mbai. It's that effective fend going, doesn't he? But there was support from Burr there for Carter.
Get up. Straight there, Ignatius.
Jennings. And that centre role is not unfamiliar to him, Brandy.
No, he grew up playing centre for the Panthers SG ball under 20s and looked very good. I think there was a lot of talk about Robert being the best of the Jennings boys, but injury knocked him around early in his career and he's moved around a couple of clubs. He's a big boy. He's bigger than Michael. Michael's been the standout of the brothers, of course.
Brooks. This is floating around a little. Fusatua. Good safe take in the end. And decent field position here for the visitors. Don't forget, Sunday night with Matty Johns right after full time in this one. Special guest is the night superstar, Kalen Ponga. And Matty has some revenge in mind for the Trebojevic brothers. A prank you do not want to miss. Every chance that one will go viral. As the Warriors get a penalty here for the high shot on Maumalo.
Farah just over the top, just got him on the chin as he fell into that one, Maumalo, but that's all it's needed for a penalty to go the Warriors' way.
That's the first penalty of the game.
I was going to say, it's been a frantic pace so far. The first 18 minutes has gone end to end.
What about the guy in the centre of screen there? Josh Reynolds had a phenomenal game in the lead-up game tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, we watched that. I think he scored 2 tries, set up about 4 or 5. So, look, he'd be itching to get out there. I think he's just waiting for an opportunity. When it comes, we don't know. But he had a great game in reserve grade.
Could you see him in the round 3 team next week at Campbelltown, Brandy? Maybe in the 14 jumper or something?
Well, he could be, Speedy, and after today's performance, which we watched, he was outstanding. Wouldn't be surprised to see him there as the Warriors come wide. Tuivasa Sheck feeds Carter. Well tackled. Brooks been impressive defensively. The Tigers half.
Now Green running crossfield and linking with Burr, who's coughed it up here. And the West Tigers celebrate with the high fives.
You take the scrum, we'll swap. Stop. I'll get the Warriors.
That's a couple of times now. They've been down this end, they've come up with an error. Carter dropped it from dummy half. Haven't been down here since then, and now Lachlan Burr turns the ball over. Yeah, plenty of tackles left in that set.
Robbie, lock him down. Wait, Luke, wait. Head down, Bunty. Okay, Robbie, let's go.
How good is Magic Round going to be? 1 round, 1 ground, 16 teams, 8 games. It's all coming up from Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Get your tickets today and witness magic firsthand. NRL.com/tickets. He'd want to get in early.
Can't wait.
Yeah. And a mistake made here, right on halfway. So the Warriors will get it back after Madison coughed it up this time.
Both teams just struggling a bit, aren't they, to get through their sets?
Yeah, just watching the body language on both sides. They're both starting to feel it. We were down there a little bit early this afternoon. It was hot. I know the clouds are starting to come over, but just the pace.
Step forward, mate.
Isaac, let's bind them in. Bend our backs, Robbie, aside. Bend our backs.
Be interested to see if the Warriors come to this right-hand side and hit back to their left-hand side, but they had a little bit of luck.
Completion rate really poor for the home team. Michael Maguire will not be happy at all. He's got a great record against the Warriors. 6-1 in his time with the Bunnies.
Benji! On now!
Now passing. And just dropped out of the line a little, did Benji Marshall. Affected the tackle in the end. Tuivasa-Sheck showing it and then linking with Solomon Akata, who spotted a little hole that closed as Farah got to him. Now Green, flat pass, Parsi back on the angle. If they went through the hands there, the massive overlap out to the left-hand side. Now they come right again, and Tuivasa-Sheck will get a repeat set, but did they bomb one there?
Off Robbie! Dead!
It looked like they were trying to target Benji Marshall, who was a bit slow back into the line, which left him behind the line as it advanced. I thought if it was out the back, when Blake Green hit Parsi on that flat ball, the Tigers were in all sorts of trouble. But the next best thing is a repeat set and have a crack at them again, and they were good enough to get that.
Well, that's the side for him to hit. The left-hand edge for the Warriors, the right-hand edge for the West Tigers. Benji Marshall's been called out a couple of times there. He got called out by the ref for being offside. Ignatius Parsi almost went through.
Justin Hodges just mentioned these energy-sapping conditions. You're looking them in the eye, Matt Russell. Do you sense a few are struggling? We saw Farah on the electrolytes just then.
Absolutely warm and very humid sideline, but let's praise this West Tigers defence. The Warriors are learning very quickly. They've got to be much better than last week against the Dogs. The Tigers missing only 2 tackles so far, the likes of Brooks, Farah, even Corey Thompson standing up.
Here we go, Marlowe setting sail for the corner try-saver from Isan Masters. The eyes were lighting up for Ken Marlowe after that double in the trial, but Isan got it.
Well, we just spoke about the Warriors' shape down that left side, and it was only a matter of time before they opened them up. It was the long ball that caught them short, but Isan Masters.
Offside, Adam Blair.
Adam Blair penalised for being offside after Parsi had ripped the ball out of the Tigers' arms. But that was a great try-saving tackle from Masters. Terrific ball from Adam Kieran. What a beauty.
Tackle.
What a beauty from Isan Masters.
In the end, Marlowe actually did well to keep the ball in.
Well, see, that was the difference for Isan Masters. He didn't overcommit. He wasn't too far in front of his third man, and he had enough time to turn and chase.
He ran for 157 metres last time these teams met. Ken Marlowe scored a try. It was round 8 of last season.
We don't see him getting dragged down too often, do we?
Release!
They've been under the pump in the last 5 or 6 minutes, the home team. They'll be relishing this opportunity to get into Warriors territory. Brooks now, runners in motion, out the back, set up for Mbai. And they got the read right, did Green and Carter.
Isaac! Come on, Isaac!
Fresh legs out there for the West Tigers. Josh Aloye, brilliant off the bench last week. He's actually the last West Tigers, or the only one involved, last time they beat the Warriors at this venue, round 1 2016, which was his debut. He's the only survivor from the West Tigers 17 that day, playing today.
And Aloye's inclusion about to be countered by the leg drive of Leeson Armau for the Warriors.
Great hit there. Intensity in the West Tigers defence as Twal dropped the shoulder.
Worked him over.
With the penalty given at the end of it all. So they spoilt their work there after 2 tackles made inside the 10.
Yeah, easy out now for the Warriors. After they did all that defending down the other end, the Tigers, they really could have put a bit of pressure back on the Warriors. 2-1 the penalty, so not many stoppages.
But no score as yet. It was a really low-scoring game at Leichhardt, understandably, last week in the first half in particular. Here is Leeson arm out with his first contribution. 4th game for the Warriors. Played 2 in 2009, and now he's played 2 in 2019. And a lot more to come for the former Dragon, who led the run meters for St George Illawarra last year. Burr, and Twal makes another impact. Solid unit, relishing his starting role. Now Green, Tuivasa-Sheck. Fusatua gets it early this time and keeps it alive. Green says to arm out, go forward, young man. And he gets them to the 20 here on the last. Now Green is talking it over with the men outside him. He wants it left. And he's going to stab it in behind. Mbai across. The bounce was awkward. He left it behind. His teammates in front of him, but there's no offside in goal, as Ashley Klein explains.
One tie
and
up
it's
his
a dropout.
shoelaces over here, Ash.
Well, that was a clever kick from Blake Green, because I think most of the West Tigers thought that was going to be a high kick towards Mamalo. Just took his time, slowed things up. A little kick that was turning back towards the corner post, and Mbai, in this light rain, just had trouble picking it up.
Credit to Isan Masters for staying alive there and ensuring that a Warrior couldn't jump on it.
Yep, very good. It's a lovely, it's a lovely little kick down the outside of his foot, just turning the ball back around. He put one in early, remember when it went dead? This time he wanted to hit it.
Roger, they're just doing a head assessment, that's why there's no clock.
On the outside of the football that made it curl.
Well, his kicking last week was just, you know, there. Just have a look at how he kicked that. That's brilliant from Blake Green. And I know halves these days, it's just required to be able, it's a skill you need to have in your game to try and get it through the line.
So Elijah Taylor cleared with that little HIA checkup. Gets involved in that tackle. And that one as well. Arm out. Hard to bring down. Green again. Won't be kicking now. He goes to Harris. Keeps it alive for Kieran. Burr just told to give the Warriors a settler. Mbai organising the West Tigers defensively here. Warriors can go either way. Luke wants to go left. He ushered Harris back inside, and the ball's come free again. There's a lot of handling mistakes in the humidity here, and now the heavens are opening. But the coaches would be expecting better than we're seeing right now.
Yeah, well, they got away with that one, the West Tigers. Too much time there for Isaac Luke. He came out of tummy half. It looked like he was going to drift across the field. Try a nice little cutout there, but... Oh.
In the ruck.
Hands in the ruck. Both sides guilty of just releasing that pressure with penalties. Even Isaac Luke might have been better just to straighten and go himself, because there was a bit of space for him.
Well, you almost put it down on Kieran's boot more so than Kieran doing anything untoward.
Yeah, that might have been a tough one against Adam Kieran.
Successfully milked by Alloy. Well, they drove Masters backwards, and it got awkward for Fanua with the man in the ruck. A little untidy period that the referees let go.
Don't lock him in there, Ryan.
Now Brooks, Garner back on the angle. Deputising for Chris Lawrence in that left edge role, as Lawrence recovers from horrific facial injuries. Oh, he tried the double pump, did Brooks. Madison taken on suspicion, and Kieran's given away another penalty.
Very hard for the defender to get out of the road when you've come up that far and you're level with the football. Luke Brooks out the back from a Benji Marshall pass. As Adam Kieran just comes up. Oh, Joe?
Yeah, look, it is a tough one. If you let him, if you don't put yourself in line.
Well, if you step out of the road,
He
gets the pass.
Exactly.
Technically, yes, he's taken out a player without the ball.
You're blaming the attack for being clunky rather than the defence for getting in the road. But they'll take the shot at goal. Isan Masters lining things up.
Well, it was a poor pass, wasn't it? Really. You don't. He had a man on him.
Yeah.
Had a man standing there.
Isan Masters 4 from 4 last week in the wet. 77% success rate in his career. And in the 30th minute, a chance for him to open the scoring. And he's done just that. 2-0 to the West Tigers.
Last week, the Tigers went to halftime against Manly down 2-0. Here they are late in the half against the Warriors, leading 2-0. 10 minutes left before the break tomorrow night on Fox League. NRL 360 from 6:30 p.m. Eastern, repeated through the night. Paul McGregor, one of that man's contemporaries, joins Ben Eichen and Paul Kent. Hasn't Mary had plenty to wrestle with early in 2019?
Absolutely, it'll be a fascinating chat, as it always is on Coach's Night. Another little spiral job off the tee from Kieran. And look at Twile wind up again.
He's upright, isn't he? He hits that line very upright, leaves himself open, but still charges in without fear.
That's one forward pack you probably do not want to run like that. Is the Warriors.
And you can see that could easily have been a head clash, but they both braced for it effectively. Could have gone horribly wrong for at least one of them. Here's Aloiai, second hit up on this set. He's such an impressive player. Adds real punch off the bench for the West Tigers, who off the back of points have got into Warriors territory for the kick, which Benji Marshall will provide. Maumalo camped underneath it. Masters getting through. Well, that's adventurous. He was being tackled, but he found Tuivasa-Sheck, who nearly busted them. Well, that's what you get with the Warriors. And Maumalo on the follow-up after that offload proved successful.
Well, that was 25 metres between the two of them then. What a great start to the set that is. Peter Hiku gets it up just on halfway now. Quick play the ball, Luke out, finds Lasoni.
Yeah, they've got a real roll on here as they hunt their first points. Green now, Tuivasa-Sheck loomed up on his right shoulder. Twile would have been under the pump trying to contain him. Kieran stabs it, looks overhit, and it is. 7 tackle set for the West Tigers.
I can only imagine he was in two minds about what sort of kick to put in there. He went away from one on the ground and tried the little chip, but as you said, Speedy, the moment it left his boot, it always looked too big.
Well, it's the kicking game on both sides at the moment, starting to take its toll. You saw there Benji Marshall. I'd like to see him maybe throw it up in a bit of a spiral, maybe test the back three for the New Zealand Warriors. If you're going to keep putting it over end, well, these three for the New Zealand Warriors are going to hit it up and just make some metres quite easily.
Here's Russell Packer. Started every game last year, coming off the bench in 2019. Over 100 games for the Warriors in years gone by. McKaylee is also out there. And they get the penalty this time. They were baying for it 2 tackles ago, the fans here at Campbelltown. And now they get one within kickable range again. What are they thinking?
They might be tapping here, mate.
Wait here, stay here, Sam.
You take the tap.
Nah, kicking out, mate.
They'll find touch instead through Benji. Plenty of physicality out there, and Lasoni was pinged eventually, so they start here on the 20. Aloiai. Look for McKaylee to get his hands on it soon. Standing outside of Packer here. Tucker takes the line on himself. Farah directing traffic from dummy half. He's going to come left for Brooks. Garner, set play here, plenty of numbers. But the Warriors defended it well.
I mean, Corey Thompson unmarked on the outside. They just couldn't get the ball to him.
Aloye. McKaylee keeps running the decoy at the moment.
Watch Benji here on the left.
Now coming that way, Farah found him. Cut out ball, Jennings kept it alive.
What do we got? What do we got?
And the referee's talking it over. There was a little hand in there for the Warriors. The touch judges made that call. So a tackle count restart. And they're knocking on the door of the first try. McKaylee gets it this time. Running at Green. He's a handful. Tom McKaylee in his second game, the 21-year-old. Oh, beautiful. Robbie Farah, he knew what was on, and Corey Thompson playing on the left wing scores the first try of the evening. It was coming, and the West Tigers fans absolutely delighted.
Oh, what a pass that was from Robbie Farah. On the run to get himself into dummy half. Realised that Corey Thompson was unmarked a couple of times during that period that they've spent down here. Corey Thompson has had open space in front of him, across the face of two players, dragged in Fusatua, Solomona Qatar, and the unmarked. Just watch it from side on. Brilliant from Farah. Boy, that's good.
And this guy does the job wherever the West Tigers need him to be. Last year, 9 games at fullback, 6 games on the left wing, 5 games on the right wing. He scored 3 tries in every position. Hodge.
Yeah, look, he's a great talent. He obviously moves around wherever he needs to be. But Moses Mbai coming back here this evening, pushes onto the wing, and we spoke about the big outside backs, but then up against the speed for the West Tigers. But Robbie Farah, what a ball. You saw the winger for the Warriors, David Fusatua, had no eyes for his winger whatsoever.
6 to go call. They got a little bit of luck there, the ball on the ground, and one of the Warriors played at it, and Luke Garner was able to drag it out of his hands or win possession on the ground. And Farah, wasn't that last angle an absolute beauty of Farah sprinting to get to dummy half and just dived as he threw the pass across the face of 2 players.
So to continue his 100% success rate, not to be for Masters. I went a little early there. Apologies, Esan. It's 6-0 to the home team. So how did they get that repeat set? Let's have a look at it.
Well, here's the 6 to go call. Across the face, Robert Jennings just pushes it back. It's Blake Green who makes a play at the ball. Well, he might have got a touch, yes, and there's the ball from Farah. It don't come much better than that.
Yeah, in that 50-50 scrap, you've got to credit Garner for getting the better of Green there, who did have a hand in.
Yep, fought harder.
Well, it comes on the back of their defence. They've been absolutely outstanding on their own line. They had a couple of repeat.
Well, that's tough.
Yeah, it's real tough the way that Kieran gets those torpedo spiral kickoffs going.
Yeah, that just dipped on him at the last moment then, and fortunately was able to get his foot to it for the West Tigers.
There's McKaylee again.
Good run. It's been good since he's come on, Thomas McKaylee.
Out of that nursery that is Keebra Park High School. They must have some phenomenal teams up in Queensland, Joe. They must rack up some scores, Keebra Park. All the talent that comes out of that high school. Now Fanua, found by Benji on the outside. Masters to fire it from dummy half. Gave Marshall enough time. Beautiful positioning from Tuivasa Sheck, but he's confronted by a black wall.
Luke, Benji. Stay square, boys.
Tavanga, utility off the bench, giving Isaac Luke the chop out.
Luke.
He was actually listed to start today, but he's such a good interchange player that he won the Dally M Award for the best interchange player last year, and he maintains that role this evening.
Well, that's the way to get out of trouble. Fusatua run, Mamalo run, Qatar run, halfway.
And now it's Lasoni's turn. Another 10 metres on that play. It's the last. Green
That's it, Russell.
hangs it up. Fanua says it's mine. Another high kick diffused by the West Tigers. 2 to go in the first half.
Nice.
Penalty.
No, he's got it here. He said something different.
What's happened there?
Head in. Push forward.
Head.
Well, it's not.
Led with the head, did he? Is that what he's picked him up for, Jazz Tafunga?
What was it?
There.
His
They've
head on
penalised him for burying his head into the head of Mahe Fanua.
Well, they're starting to win back the momentum, the West Tigers. You see here the Warriors are starting to get off their feet.
Do you think about one here, Brandy? 6-0 up? Or are they thinking 6?
Well, if they're in a position, one wouldn't go astray.
I think when you've got a player like this guy on your side, Benji Marshall, he's always thinking about 6.
He's got the 6 on his back and he held onto the ball, thought about trying to release Madison through the hole. Now they'll head back towards the posts via Aloye. Are they thinking 1 in the final minute here? Packer, Brooks, Garner. He used him eventually and it opened up a bit of space for Luke. The 2 Lukes on the left side for the West Tigers. Oh, Marshall's kick. It's there to be won. Is that a try again? After the fight for the ball, they'll go upstairs. What's Ashley Klein going to say on field?
I like it as a try.
Tackle 6 here. I have a try. We're looking to confirm a simultaneous grounding.
Well, it all depends here if Roger Tuivasa-Sheck gets a touch on it.
There didn't seem to be much excitement from Robert Jennings. A lot of his teammates were
Looks like
excited.
kick chase is onside.
Onside, the chase. Jennings, does he... Well,
Wow.
oh, hard to tell from that angle. It looks like it...
He gave it a try upstairs, though.
Yeah.
And is the ball... You're happy with the ball being grounded? It looks like it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And then they're saying simultaneous grounding, Carter and Jennings at the same time, and that's why they're going to give it a try. And you'd have to say his hand's in there, Carter. And as you say, Hodjo, not enough to overrule the on-field call.
Oh,
Or is there?
I don't.
Robert Jennings, sorry, Robert Jennings, sorry.
I reckon they're going to.
Does
Robert Jennings has grounded the ball with his forearm. We have a decision.
There we go.
It's not even simultaneous. It's all outright for the try-scoring machine for South Sydney last year with 19. And now he has one for the West Tigers. 10-0 in the final minute before half-time. And Robbie Farah with another try assist. He's got 2 already in this game. So they chased the try and they got it.
Yeah, look, little kick out of dummy half, able to squeeze it in there into the in goal, and somehow Robert Jennings has grounded that ball. Certainly wasn't sure the way the ball came out, but Jennings has been given a try, and what a massive play right on the stroke of half-time that is. We were debating whether the 1 point was worth a go, and I didn't think Robbie Farah pulled the right rein by going down that short side. But just dropped the ball on his foot. There's the siren. What a perfect time to come up with a 4-pointer in these sort of conditions. The rain continues here at Campbelltown.
What do you make of that inquiry from Jennings when he thought he might have scored? Did he have a look? I think I might have done something there.
Yeah, well, he wasn't sure, but what lovely work by Robbie Farah. Hasn't he started the 2019 season in fabulous form? He scored 2 tries last week, already with 2 try assists.
He's already had a sighter from here. Isan Masters makes the necessary adjustment. Perfect strike. And the home team lead it. 12-0 at the break.
Yeah, what a finish to the first half from Robbie Farah. Their best player last week. Scored a double last week. The opening 40 minutes, set both tries up. Great pass, terrific kick. Moses Mbai on his return from injury has been busy. 9 runs, 81 metres, 4 tackle busts. He's got that right knee strapped up that kept him out of the game against the Eagles last weekend.
It's a handy lead when the rain looks to have set in.
Well, it just hasn't stopped. These are really tough conditions. And Matty Russell told us a couple of times just how hot it still is, humid and wet. Very tough handling conditions.
And Luke Brooks gets the second half underway. The Warriors trying to come from 12-0 down at a venue where they have struggled historically, giving up 134 points in the last 3 visits here. West Tigers were able to crack 50 twice. Isaac Luke back out there after getting a late spell in that first half. And Jazz Tavunga remains on the ground for the Warriors, playing as a middle forward. Harris running at Marshall. Oh, Luke left it behind, and there's the rust. First game of 2019, no trials for him after that shoulder reco, and he left it behind.
Now, it's not the start you want in the second half, is it?
Let's move in, boys.
Nothing hard about the play the ball. Sometimes the play the ball can be, depending on how hard they rake it back with their foot, can make it tough to pick up. But that was pretty conventional. He should have done a lot better than that.
Let's check in with Matt Russell again.
Stephen Kearney at halftime asked his team to improve the attitude. Don't expect it to happen, make it happen, he said. And a good place to start would be the final play options. As for Michael Maguire, he said, don't forget the little things. They're working for you. Keep doing them well. Elijah Taylor stitched up at halftime. He's the only man to pick up a knock in the first 40.
Farah goes to Brooks. Runners in motion. He links up with Jennings, who was nearly through. What a tackle that is by Blake Green. One-on-one around the bootlaces. Jennings must have thought he was through. Farah now to Brooks. Marshall. Mbai. Can't get away from Hiku. On the last, what's Farah got up his sleeve this time? Another effective kick in behind, and they'll get a repeat set, or will they? Tuivasa Sheck with nowhere to go. After the adventurous pass from his teammate.
Heart and mouth for Stephen Kearney there. Was that Adam Blair that threw that pass up?
I think it was.
Gee whiz. Robbie Farah again able to get it through the legs.
Who was that?
Armau. Lisa Armau just...
Well, I can't go around baking place with passing in goal, Brandy.
Boy,
I've done two myself.
So your advice to Lisa Armau would be, don't do that again.
See that top of the hill? Kick it up there.
Packer, plenty of time to wind up. Armau involved in the tackle, slowing down Russell Packer. No wonder they're booing in the stands. That took a long time, that play the ball. McKaylee. Good meters after contact there from the rookie. Sloppy play the ball. Got the all clear. Brooks. Half back out of play here. Packer. Ball playing this time. Mbai ran behind his teammate who went through the line. So no damage done there by Madison. Marshall. And here is Madison. Still Ryan Madison, and Tavunga managed to flip him over just in the nick of time and hold him up short of the line. Brooks gets it on the boot in a hurry. Chase interesting. Packer. Oh, they're back somehow.
Boy, somehow he's got himself back in the field of play. Solomon Akata, great job. Fussa too, a big run, but big defence.
And they get a penalty out of it. I'm not sure how Carter held on there. I thought he was about to knock it on into Russell Packer, but somehow he held on. And got back.
Yeah, that was a great save. Needed it, didn't they? I don't know if they stand up after another repeat set. If Carter doesn't get into the field of play, I think the Warriors would have been in trouble.
Stay behind him, Isaac.
Good kick from Luke Brooks. Forced dropouts has been a real key to the Tigers, not just this weekend, but in round one. 6 of them against Manly.
A little turning point, perhaps. Carter getting back into the field of play, and then Fusatua earning his team a penalty. So here are the Warriors in attack mode. Green slipped under a couple of tackles, goes to Kieran. Adam Blair moves it on quickly. Solomon Carter brings Fusatua back on the angle. West Tigers defence again outstanding. Still tackles up their sleeve. Tavanga, Luke, Tuivasa Sheck, no look pass, Hiku to Malmalo, who gets there this time. Wonderful ball handling in the wet from the Warriors, and they're on the board.
Okay, tackle 5 coming here. I have no try. So we're confirming that he loses possession of the ball.
Oh,
Boy, he thinks he's lost the footy. Well, let's just see.
he stayed in the field of play, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Did anyone think that he lost the ball? Was he
Ken
seeing
Malmalo
something that we
maintains
didn't
possession,
see?
stays in the field of play and grounds the ball. We have a decision.
What a game this is. Like, rugby league, how good is it? The West Tigers come within an inch of scoring a try at the other end only 30 seconds ago, and the Warriors, through a penalty, work their way up and get their first try of the game. Is there a better sport on the planet than rugby league?
That'll make the promo, Brandy.
How good is it? Seriously.
Well, look at this, Brandy, in the replay. This going side to side. Isaac Luke here looks up. Look at this man, Roger Tuivasa Sheck. I thought Peter Hiku could have almost gone himself here, but Marlo gets down low.
In the wet, they had to juggle to catch the ball, and how he stayed in there, Mamalo. It doesn't hurt that he's 6'4" and 120 kilos. Benji just couldn't nudge him across that sideline.
Haven't we got some great wingers in our competition? You talk about the greatest game of all, the wingers that we have these days.
You know, we've seen the evolution of the fullback over the last 10 or 15 years, but how important have wingers become to a side? They're match winners.
Adam Kieran missed his first shot last week, then he kicked 6 out of 6 for the remainder of the game for that 16-point haul on debut. And this one looks perfect. Over the black dot in the wet from the touchline for the kid from the Central Coast who had his mum and dad cheering him on last week. It's a bigger contingent this time, Matty.
Indeed, Speedy. Melissa and Shane, mum and dad. Grandparents are also here. Angela, Ray, Marilyn and Alan. Guess what? 2 great-grandmothers here as well, Gloria and Irene. There are 4 generations of Kierans here today. Adam on the field, 3 watching up above, thanks to Arnie Michelle for filling us in.
Yeah, Arnie Michelle, who works at Channel 7 in the sports department there, and they're all watching on proudly as Adam Kieran plays his second game in the NRL. Great scenes as they saw themselves on the big screen there. And winding up Masoni. Well, Garner and McKaylee able to execute the tackle in company with Packer.
Well, this is what the Tigers don't want. They don't want the Warriors getting this momentum up, the confidence. The Tigers are taking that away from it. After that try, just look at the running by the Warriors. They're running hard, they're finding their feet.
Tavanga now gets the offload away. Isaac Luke was ready and waiting and sensed an opportunity, but Peter Hiku knocked it on.
Knock on.
It's a shame for the Warriors. On a roll, weren't they? It's amazing the confidence that points can bring.
And their points came after that sliding doors moment that we mentioned. How did Carter get back into the field of play to help turn this game?
Well, at that stage, the Tigers are winning 12-0 and they are turning the screws. It had been 1 repeat set, and that was the work from Solomon Carter to somehow drag that ball in and get into the field of play. And you're right. 1 set later, they're scoring their first points.
Well, the West Tigers faithful felt that they were up early there from the scrum. The Warriors defenders, but referee's happy with it. Oh, flat pass to Packer from Aloye. And now the offload forced. And the Warriors weren't expecting that. They were getting back to 10. So there was bonus meters to be gained for Garner. Farah gets Packer involved again. He's embracing this impact role off the bench in 2019. Luke Brooks taking on the line and just dragged back in the nick of time by Blair. McKaylee likes going back across the grain. He'll play it on the last. Play the ball. Was ineffective.
He's missed it. No.
Late call. The penalty is being given here. He debated it with the referee, and the touchy saw it from the side-on angle.
It's a penalty we're not talking about.
Oh, he's touched it.
Roger.
Was that Adam Blair that touched the ball then?
I think it was,
Penalty,
yeah.
Roger, let's go.
What's that? We're going to take two? You're taking the two here, Ash.
Tattoo leg. Oh, no, yeah. Adam Blair just dragged his heel back across the footy. And almost got away with that.
Yeah, well, the referee's missed it, but the touchy has made that call, and credit they're all a team, and if one sees it, then they can get the communication going, and that's what happened there.
Michael Wise. Touchy, great call.
Great name for it, too.
Work off here, you work
I hope I got the right one. There's two of them. Well done, Peter Goff. There we go, both covered.
The 50-50, I'll back you in, Brandy. So with 10 minutes gone in the second half, they're going to take the opportunity to extend the lead beyond that converted try. Sam Masters, 2 out of 3 so far tonight. Doesn't look that difficult. And it is indeed an 8-point margin.
Well, just when you thought the Warriors were about to just start something off the back of points, they come up with a drop ball round halfway. And from that moment on, the Tigers were able to put some pressure on them and they get 2 points. They kick clear by 8.
In the last 6 meetings at this venue between these teams, the team leading at halftime has gone on to win. It's a handy buffer for the home team on this occasion at the break. Again. 36th time he's come off the bench in his career to go with 136 starts.
Surrender.
Surrender, boys.
Good meters here on this set.
Yeah, no surprise at who that is. Josh Alloye.
Now McKaylee up over halfway. 4 tackles gone, and they're making 10 or more meters on each and every play right now. McKaylee gets another penalty for his team. This time it's a crusher.
That's dangerous on the back of the neck.
No doubt he was.
Sam, I'm gonna put that on the court.
And Sam Lasoni is on report for that dangerous contact.
Well, he's been good this evening, McKaylee. He's come on. He's changed the game for the West Tigers. Had a couple of good carries. Look at him here, just driving, desperations, keeping the legs pumping.
Oof. It's that dropping motion, isn't it, when the player is...
In a situation like that, you know, when you got the player's head tucked under, Adam Blair should get out of there at that stage. Or just change what they're doing.
So are you thinking Blair will be implicated as well in the report?
Well,
they put Lasoni on report.
Yeah, Lasoni's the man on report. I was just watching that and how it actually unfolded.
We saw McKaylee immediately wince. They're going to call it an HIA, are they? But looks like he needs a good massage or chiropractic work to get him back in kilter.
Well, he's holding his right shoulder there. You see he's got it down by his side.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weight on top of him.
Yeah, that's not good.
Free interchange because it's an act of foul play that causes it. Brandy, Anzac Day approaching. I'm not taking you to 2 up. It's Peter Goff on the far side, the touchy.
You lost your 50-50, Brandy.
Thank you, Matt.
Gothy.
Credit where it's due. Alloye nearly busted them again, got through Luke's tackle, but Harris finished it off. Isan Masters. They're hunting around the middle, aren't they? Trying to catch the Warriors, getting a little tired in that part of the ground. Now they'll go wide. Brooks, flat ball for Garner. Terrific tackle down low. Blake Green again. Brooks having another go. So the halfback out of play as they get to the last. Farah works it down the short side again for Thompson. Well, the Warriors have not learnt their lesson.
Can you believe it that Robbie Farah has caught them twice now with a short side pass? Same man, Corey Thompson. Up here, I could tell he was going to go short side. Sure, what was happening with the Warriors' defence there, because there wasn't as much room this time as there was. Fusatua, he's gone to sleep. My God.
We see Carter there, he's laying down in the field of play. But yeah, you're right, Fusatua. It happened only moments ago in the first half. He did not have any eyes for his winger whatsoever. And look at the smarts here by Robbie Farah. He can sense that. He knows they're a man down.
That's good play, isn't it? Carter down on his haunches.
Well, they've hit the same way. The whole play, they've hit the left side, they've gone again, and they've gone again. And they just stripped him there for numbers. Robbie Farah, isn't he having a night out?
3 try assists, backing up what he did last week where he scored a double.
And Thompson has his 4th career double. His first in 17 games now. And he'll say, how easy is this gig on the left wing when Robbie Farah's in this kind of mood?
How long's it been since Robbie Farah started the season like this?
Off he got the first time too, Ash.
Not happy with the way that ball was setting up on the tee. Just a minor adjustment from Isan.
But it's so good of him, isn't it? Like he's getting old, but he might be slowing down. But just what he's got between his ears, just the sense to understand the game, know what the time's at, know that they've got to play on the ground. With 2 metres to work on, he comes down that short side again.
Important kick to take them out to a 14-point lead, but it's 2 converted tries the difference, and Robbie Farah's on fire.
Yeah, no doubt the Carter on the ground just made his mind up.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm going left. Still, Fusatua should have been smart enough to be able to handle that. And off the back of points, the Warriors really haven't been able to do anything. The drop ball just has led to the Tigers.
Yeah, those 2 penalties earned by McKaylee came in handy as well. It's the first time Robbie Farah has come up with 3 try assists since last time he took on the Warriors here at Campbelltown in 2015.
I reckon he's not done yet tonight. I reckon he might have a couple more left in him.
Maybe he can score a try as well. He's done that in the last 2 times he's taken on the Warriors at this venue in 2010 and 2015. Packer. His work rate outstanding tonight. Russell Packer up over 100 metres. Madison. Kieran are working over defensively. And Masters has a little scoot from dummy half. No frill stuff on this set. Marshall going to go high again. Just want to get the chase right on Tuivasa-Sheck, and look how effective that chase is.
Yeah, that was the perfect kick. When you're kicking for field position, it landed just short of the try line. And make the tackle inside the 10. And even with these 2 big wingers, you still don't get it to the 30, although he's still going, Mamalo.
Well, they've just dropped their energy levels, haven't they, the Warriors? You saw probably about 5-10 minutes ago, their energy was high, they were running hard. They're coming off the back fence, but at the moment, the West Tigers just taking all the energy away from them.
Moved on quickly by Isaiah Papali'i out there now in the number 17 jumper. Missed last week due to a club-imposed suspension for an indiscretion in the off-season.
Marcus!
Blake Green to kick. Farah again putting pressure on the kicker. Mbai advanced to take it bravely with Blair coming in his vision. Don't forget the fan coming up on Tuesday night. Vossi's back, and he catches up with former Bulldog Brent Sherwood, as well as Parramatta superstar Clint Gutherson. He was on fire today. Gutho for Para.
That's a great take there by Moses Mbai. Coming back after his first game. You got Carter, Blair steaming down on you. Just the nerve to stand there and catch the ball in these types of conditions as well. Puts his body on the line. Well done by the captain.
Farah thought he caught the markers, not square. Papali'i gets the benefit of the doubt. Farah told to play it. Around the 40 was Mbai. 40-20 potential, but the bounce favoured Tuivasa-Sheck.
How quick does he change direction? Tuivasa-Sheck. He's there, he's gone.
No markers there. But, no problem at all for the West Tigers, as Tavanga is now the hooker again with Luke off.
Just looking at the Tigers and their completion rates, they're 24 of 28. Now, they made a few mistakes early in the game. I don't think they've made many mistakes over the last, what have we been playing, 40, almost 60 minutes.
Green hunting a 40-20. Yeah, they were 60% on the completion rate front, so I think you're right. They're probably strung about 15 together.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly helped them.
Well, are the fans going to get their penalty?
Well, Papali'i was offside 3 metres then, and then not square at marker.
Oh, what a fend off from Masters as he got rid of Kieran. Twile back out there to finish off the game.
Hold square.
Aloye just got ankle tapped by Tavanga to slow him down. Brooks again going high to give the chasers time to get to this back three for the Warriors. Maumalo and Mbai finished him off strongly. Second effort though will march the Warriors down the field.
Let's go in front.
The last time they got a penalty down this end of the field, they scored a try off the back of it. They know they can construct a set and really trouble the Tigers. They've just got to make sure they hang on to the footy. Now, they're in the 60s in terms of completion rate, so there's been too many errors from the Warriors. They just haven't given themselves a chance. They can certainly mount something from here, though.
Took about 20 minutes for the first penalty. And in the next 40 minutes of game time, we've had 10. Blair thought about the pass to Carter. Well, they're up quickly. The left side defence. Very, very late offload, but it didn't come off from Adam Blair. A bit of a waste there for the Warriors. And here's Thompson.
Just want to see a little bit of patience there from the Warriors, especially Adam Blair. I know they're chasing points, but there's still a long way to go left in this half.
Wow. Inside the final quarter. Adelino to play it. Twile, second hit up on this set. It's the last. Don't think he knew it, and I don't think Farah knew it either after throwing the pass to Twile. So the game management goes awry. That's why he looked furious with himself, Farah.
Brenton Michael Maguire sending tackling machine Elijah Taylor back on as the Tigers' fourth interchange. Tom McHaley cleared of any drama regarding that shoulder. He's taken his position back on the bench.
Oh, that's good news. Now we've got another player at a Hiku.
The way he's sort of gesturing, he suggests he might have copped some dangerous contact around the head. Need a replay to clarify things.
Well, this is probably what the West Tigers needed, just to regroup. The kick chase has been spot on so far. They come up with a penalty. which got the Warriors out. Then they've come up with a no kick on their 5th play once again. So they've just got to be mindful here that they don't invite the Warriors back into the game.
Okay, let's tackle one. Just move closer, boys. Ben, Ron. Right up, keep coming, mate. You've got to keep coming.
I missed what happened there. Anyway, he's good.
Raise the foot. Round one. Come on.
Tomorrow night, gentlemen, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Big league wrap, a full wrap of round 2 with Vonnie, Michael Ennis, James Hooper, and a special guest, Moses Mbai. Won't he be full of spirits if the Tigers hold on here?
Great media talent as well. The new captain of the West Tigers, regular on that show is Moses. Now Green, Tuivasa-Sheck back on the angle. Got rid of Farah. And the ball popped out. Look who's picked it up. Oh, Thompson had got away from him. And so did the hat trick, perhaps. He tried to latch on it. Latch onto it. His eyes were lighting up. And there's a little grimace just saying that's the one that got away.
Well, didn't he show some toe? We just see him come out of nowhere. He almost picked that up. You can see the try line just 30 metres up in front of him looking for his hat trick.
It's like a greyhound out of the boxes, just exploded onto that footy. I don't know what happened to Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and how it came out and went behind the play too long. Was he trying to offload or just a drop ball? He's just lost it cold. And saw Thompson, fingertips. Got down so low
To try and scoop it up. Now the Warriors have decent field position again for Hiku. Blake Green is sorting things out, talking his team through it.
Mark straight. Wait here.
He'll get it from Harris. And they might have numbers if Tuivasa-Sheck can go. He turns Blair back inside. Now the captain has it. Nowhere to go.
I'm surprised he didn't keep going then because his speed, I thought, had the Tigers in trouble. I thought he was going to the outside.
Well, Green's found Maumalo. They backed off, and what a decision-making masterstroke that was from Whanua. Made the one-on-one tackle once Maumalo brought it down.
Come back.
That's great patience, just waiting for the big winger to come up with him and just wraps him up, ball and all, takes him to ground. Look at this, just puts his body, waits, jumps on him. Exactly what you want from your winger to do.
Let's go, Bunty!
As Matt Russell said earlier, McKaylee's been given the all clear and he's back out there now.
Don't go over the top, Bunty! Going forward again, yeah.
Masters wrapped up, and they make sure that he can't get an offload away. So effective at that part of the game. Great to see McKaylee moving freely after being the victim of that crusher tackle earlier.
Boys. Clear it. Markers are good.
Twal running off the shoulder of Farah. Well, they'll be thinking one if they can get into position later on down the track here, the West Tigers, but for now they're going high. Oh, what a take for Satua! Climbing above everyone with real bravery.
Yeah, he's hit the ground hard for Satua. That's hurt him.
Oh!
Just look how high he climbs. Up, spins, and a thud as he comes down onto the ground.
Did he land on his shoulder there or his elbow?
Keep holding.
Well, landed with some force and the ball could easily have popped out there. He did so well to hold on both occasions, really, initially, and then when he hit the deck.
You see his match stats there so far, 14 runs, really 150 metres. He's been busy. He's been caught out a couple of times in defence, but...
How long do you think you can clean him?
All right, use the foot.
Nice and square.
Can their team produce a late rally here? 15 minutes to go. 2 converted tries, the difference. Maumalo. Papali'i.
Play the markers.
Antiafoa back out there. Strong meters from Bunty, but he lost it. Jolted free of his grasp. He's not happy with the call.
Work in, boys. Work in.
There's still plenty of time, but time is quickly becoming an issue for the Warriors as Monty Farah drops down another one. They might have had some help, but
we were talking about completion rates earlier. Let's have a look at what the West Tigers did there. They got it up to 81% by half-time and then up in the 90s in the second half. That's the way to close things out.
yeah, that's pretty impressive. Even though the rain stopped now, it's rained pretty steadily all game, and the Warriors' second half, they're at 50%. That's not going to win you a football game.
From memory, the Bulldogs had the best completion rate in round 1 against the Warriors. Didn't do them any good though. But it certainly worked out for the West Tigers on this occasion. The Warriors need from across the ditch.
Well, the Warriors need a spark here. They need Isaac Luke to come back onto the field, just to start getting them around the park a little bit better through the middle.
Benji kicking. Oh, Maumalo went high, but he left it behind for Mahe Fanua. Going to be tough to run down now, the West Tigers. It was Robbie Farah with the try assist earlier on. Now it's Marshall's turn.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that one, Ken Maumalo looked like he was going to swallow that up. The kick from Benji Marshall, I thought was too short. And the fact that Maumalo was there, but just couldn't get his hands just over the... Just got a tip on, and Fanua in place. Just dropped into his lap. That's an easy one for Mahe.
It reminded me last night of Luke Keary's kick, wasn't it? Just pinpoint accuracy, just puts it right on the dime there, but Ken Maumalo just out of reach. But this man here, Benji Marshall, his kicks have been okay here this evening, but that one there was right on point.
Yeah, just tempted Maumalo into try and pluck it out of the air rather than turn and chase.
Yeah, they've been punished for their errors in the second half, haven't they? Any turnover, the Tigers have pounced, and just when the Warriors looked like getting themselves back into the game, 12 minutes left, 22-6 kick to come.
And it's been the two West Tigers legends, haven't it? Farah and Marshall.
Well, Robbie's been incredible. Best player on the field again.
Yep.
By far.
Time off here. The clock has stopped, but Masters able to suck in the big ones. Not going to come back. You heard the groan of frustration from Isan as we go down to Matty again.
Let's reverse this West Tigers bus 12 months, gentlemen, where they won 5 of their first 6 games to start last season. Here they are bearing down on 2 from 2 to start 2019. They'll be favourites to go 3 from 3 when they host the Dogs here next Sunday. Brandy, the question to you, did you see this start coming from West Tigers? Should we have seen this coming from West Tigers?
No, I didn't, Matty, and I guess I didn't because I wasn't thinking Robbie Farah was going to be as influential as he has been in the opening 2 rounds. There's no doubt that the Tigers played with plenty of spirit last year, but what a start it's been. Comprehensive win over Manly in the wet, and now 22-6 lead with 12 to go against the Warriors, who, as we all agree, were probably the best looking side out of round 1.
And the Warriors played finals for the first time since 2011 last year. That's what the West Tigers are trying to do this year. End that drought that dates back to 2011. Couldn't get it done after starting the season last year, 5-1, as Matty said. 2 wins over the Storm, 5-1 record, but then they let it go mid-season.
It's the longest finals drought of any current team, Speedy. They need to end it.
Signs are good under Madge. Michael Maguire putting his little imprint on this team and maintaining that role as the New Zealand coach as well. Marshall has this one tumbling the wrong kind of way, and Maumalo able to grasp it. Had the overspinner going there, Brandy.
Can make it tough to catch too. Anything that's not conventional can be difficult.
Well, they need a miracle now, the Warriors.
Benji up!
Parsi keeps it alive. And then Luke, his pass hit the deck. Kieran could only dive on it. Buntiafoa back to the 40. It's the last. They're a long way from home.
Not late, Robbie.
Green. Good distance in the kick. Mbai able to get there on the full, though. Give it back to the popular figure that is Corey Thompson, the diminutive jockey-sized winger, really. That's what he looks like compared to the rest of them.
Go 10, Isaac.
But he does his job wherever he's told to play.
Especially when you look at the two wingers for the Warriors, Fusatu and Mamalo, they're giants.
We talked about the wingers early in this game. Now Marlowe and Fusatu are towering over their opposition. But there's 3 tries that have been scored between the 2 West Tigers wingers.
Well, it's been the speed that's beaten the power here this afternoon. Spoke about the power of the Warriors and the speed of the wingers for the West Tigers.
And the speed of mind of Farah and Marshall. Now it's Brooks going high enough to have him interested in the chase. And a fair contest with Tuivasa Sheck, who brought it down. Oh, Tavanga's coughed it up. It's play on here. Chance to finish it all off. Quickly to Marshall. Masters, another little offload to add to his stats. Majority of numbers are to that left-hand side where Farah is looking. Packer thought the runaround play with Farah was coming. Now they can go either side. Twal trying to fend off each and every one of them. Marshall!
Yes.
Has he scored again against the Warriors at Campbelltown? I think he has.
Yes,
2010, 2015 and 2019 at this venue against the Warriors for Robbie Farah.
Well, all the damage has been done with his passing and his kicking, and they just forgot about the bloke that just might run the footy a metre out from the try line. Another error has been, well, certainly proven to be costly. Elijah Taylor on the loose ball, Farah passing, kicking, and then just a bit slow to get into the line. Blake Green realised there was something on, but couldn't get close enough to make or help out Tavanga and Roger Tuivasa Sheck and Robbie Farah. Tenacious Robbie Farah, the tenacious Tiger. Gets a 4-point, that's 3 for the season.
And Corey Oates has 4, and then Farah's in behind on 3. Who would have predicted that?
Well, you just know when Robbie Farah goes a dummy half close to the line, you know he's going to go. He's done it over 15, 16 years. Look at here. Look at the veteran. Gets down low, gets his body down low, his hips. You see RTS is getting a little bit slow back to the line. And this man on screen, Robbie Farah, doesn't need a lot of room to get that head down. As we see here, the most career tries at the West Tigers. 65 for Robbie Farah.
Chasing Chris Lawrence and Benji Marshall, and Robbie will tell us post-game he's going to catch those 2 in the weeks to come. We spoke about the hooking battle between the 2 veterans, 31-year-old Isaac Luke, 35-year-old Robbie Farah. They first played head-to-head in the NRL 2007. Isaac Luke leads that battle 8-5, but Robbie's about to make it 8-6.
One-on-one strip given the all clear here by Parsi. Done that a few times this evening. Yeah, the rate he's going. Robbie Farah in his 300th game might get that club record for tries scored if he keeps on scoring 3 every couple of weeks. Green to Tavanga. Hunting some consolation tries here now, the Warriors. 22 points behind, 6 to go. Green goes to Buntiafoa. Well, they'll be playing in Christchurch next week, the Warriors. A Manly home game. A lot of emotion associated with that game, of course. The Warriors will turn their attention to that one pretty quickly. Green kicking, played at, and Madison gets there to retrieve it as well. They've been jumping on all of those loose balls right throughout the evening first. Balls popped loose again. And there were too many in the tackle for the strip that time. It's a pretty handy start, though, for the new coach, isn't it, Michael Maguire, to get 3 home games first up against the struggling Manly Sea Eagles at Leichhardt. Then you got the Warriors here at Campbelltown, where they've historically struggled, and then they get the Bulldogs next week. So,
yeah, they might have looked at their draw and thought, well, we're a chance to, and we really need to grab these 6 points at home against sides that most think will finish out of the top 8. Besides the Warriors. I don't know where you think they're going to finish.
Well, the departure of Sean Johnson had it up in the air, didn't it?
That's true. It doesn't seem that long ago that the score was 12-6 and the Warriors were on the board and on the march.
Yep. And heading into this season, the query on the West Tigers was, are they going to be capable of scoring enough points? And they've got to 28 here. Still time to go after almost shutting out Manly last week. They were led 20-0 until a try right on the bell. So the defence, just 12 points conceded so far.
Exactly. We don't have to score 28 points. If they're going to defend like this each week, 2 weeks in a row, only 6 points scored.
Oh, great hit.
It's been a massive turnaround for the West Tigers.
Papali'i stopped Mbai. The right foot kick from Brooks. Tuivasa-Sheck took it at speed, but again, there were a couple of tacklers able to bring him down. Madison finished him off after Packer got a little arm in early. Tuivasa-Sheck thought he might go 95 there.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Oh, ball's jolted free again. And a double knock on, so West Tigers scrum feed coming up.
Well, the mistakes that is coming from the Warriors, they're just out on their feet at the moment. The West Tigers have been clinical. Their completion rate has just taken the air out of them. You can see here the Warriors are just trying everything they can.
Good shot, Robbie Farah. The 2 little men, Brooks in underneath, Farah and Brooks, half and hooker. Put a shot on Lasoni. He charged in.
10 seconds, boys. Let's go.
I'll say the 85% completion rate by the Tigers in wet weather is extraordinary.
Yours, mate.
The wet weather specialist so far.
Surrender.
He won the Dally M Halfback of the Year award last year, Luke Brooks. And
I've been impressed with his game tonight. He's really kept that defence honest around the ruck by having a dart every now and then, taking on the defence. Hasn't broken through, but really asked some questions, Luke Brooks.
And the pressure's taken off him as well, because Farah and Marshall really take control so often on sets. He can pick and choose his moments as a halfback, can't he? Here is Marshall. Brooks gets it. Oh, lovely pass. Big chance here. Reaching out and scoring is Michael Cheekham to finish it all off for the West Tigers. They've racked up 30+.
Well, we're only just talking about Luke Brooks and how impressive his game has been tonight. Hasn't broken them open that often, but has really questioned the Warriors' defence on the edge. And I think the questioning of the defence with his running has just created some space, just that little extra room to move for his outside men. Marshall, great play out the back to Brooks. Then just straighten things up. Blake Green beaten by Michael Cheekham. Least amount of minutes for the Tigers, Cheekham, but on to grab a 4-pointer. Gee, it's a comprehensive win now, Hodger.
Yeah, look, it is, Brandy. It's that right edge again for the Warriors. You see there, Solomon Akacha just coming out of the line, get in front of his third man, and just presents that hole for Michael Cheekham to come straight through there. And that's where the points have come. They've come down that right edge. They just haven't fixed it. They're just in all sorts at the moment. So that's something that Stephen Kearney will have to go across the ditch and fix up for next week's game, is that right edge for the Warriors.
It's always tough to change a winning team. We spoke about it earlier. Josh Reynolds, how effective he was in the curtain raiser today. If you missed it, 2 tries, 4 try assists. So you look at this bench today, Cheekham in the 17 jumper, McKaylee in the 15 jumper. Could one of them be knocked out for Reynolds?
So it might be hard. You know, Michael Maguire might like 4 forwards on the bench.
Some strike. A little raise of the kicking team from Isan Masters.
And it's pretty hard to pick any one of those 4 bench forwards to say, well, you know, you haven't done your job, because they all have. McKaylee and LIA have been super impressive as we see Isan Masters again, arrows straight off the boot.
He's happy with that one.
Don't mind that little salute, Matt Russell.
Great to see the shadow boxing fans channeling the late, great Laurie Nichols as well. I know that Michael Maguire will be saying, don't get too far ahead of yourselves, boys, but there is the path. The Dogs back at Campbelltown next Sunday, followed by the Panthers and the others to come for the West Tigers.
Yep, 3 straight home games, followed by 3 weeks on the road. That's when the real test may come. But the short kickoff again didn't come off. That's what the Warriors have ahead of themselves. An away game in New Zealand next week. And then at home to the Titans, away to the Bunnies, Cowboys and Storm. Going to be 1-1 after tonight. Brooks again. Well, Cheekham came on in the 68th minute, making his presence felt in the dying stages. Already run for 50 metres plus. What are they thinking here? We saw Milford just slot a 1-pointer the other night for practice. Is Brooks thinking something similar here? No, he's thinking try time. Off the kick. It's bending for Thompson on a hat-trick, not quite. And there goes the full-time siren. The West Tigers start the season 2-0, overpowering the Warriors after a masterclass from Robbie Farah. 3 try assists and yet another 4-pointer against the Warriors here at Campbelltown. Full time, 34 points to 6.